Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Yeah, you guessed it. Some more boring old Bob TV. Now I'm gonna take my phone. The phone got kind of dirty. I was using it for a pattern, but no big deal. Oh man, should have mixed me up some more resin. This phone kind of chews up some resin. But I'm going to put a couple layers of glass on it to make it a little stiffer on that top side. Now I cut this foam pretty oversized, not a whole lot, 1/2 inch to 3/4, just so I don't want to miss my spot, you know, and have to chuck it, because I got my phone, you know, I got it tilted on it wrong. Yeah, it happened on the first one. That's how I know this. I started marking them. Not bad. Okay. Now we're going to put fiberglass on there. But see that foam kind of chews up some resin. But any excess, remember, will come through that pill ply and out into our matting, so we just want to make sure there's enough to saturate our cloth. Any extras won't come out. So you just kind of got to give it what it wants to take. You know what I mean? Without going overboard. When you get done, man, you got gear doors that you want to show off. You know what I mean? I mean, they're just awesome work of art themselves. Hey, man, check out my gear doors. Not very many people say that. You know what I mean? Unless you watch my videos and you make them yourself. And there was a couple other questions on there. Oh, Jason, 757 wants to know, how do you know when to use cotton flock, milled fiberglass, or baking soda? Okay? Guys, this is how I play it. Any place you need extra strength. Any place you do not want your epoxy to crack. Anytime you're gluing something to something, you need either milled fiberglass and cotton flock it does the same thing. Different stuff does the same thing. What you're doing is you're getting fibers running through your resin like this, locking onto each other. That's just, so, you know, that's the only difference there. Is what's available to you, what you can get. Milled fiberglass works great. Tends to be a little more pricey. That's 2 layers. I'm going to put 3. Milled fiberglass tends to be a little pricier than cotton flock, and it basically does the same thing. You know, I can't really say which one's better than the other. I haven't run stress tests, nothing like that. Okay. Filler, baking soda. Baking soda, micro balloons, stuff like that. Just where you need to thicken your epoxy. If you're going to build it up and sand it back down, baking soda, because once you know how regular epoxy, you can't hardly sand it. You put baking soda in it and it's sandable. Same way with micro balloons. But it's basically just a filler. You know, you can't, if you just use it on glue joints, it's liable to crack. I would never use micro balloons and where I need to use cotton flock. That's the absolute worst case scenario. Because stuff tends to crack worse with micro balloons. Now notice with my baking soda, it ain't quite so bad as micro balloons. But micro balloons is good for because it's super light. You know, like for building up fillets and sanding them and stuff like that. And I when I'm making my pastry bags and I need cotton flock, I still like to add a little baking soda because it makes it smoother. If you just put cotton flock in your bag, or milled fiberglass does the same thing, it wants to clot. But if you put a little baking soda in it, it will make it smoother. You know, but that's, if I was going to glue fuselages in an airplane, I would use probably 80%, no, probably 60% cotton flock, 40% baking soda. That will give you a good, smooth solution. Now you don't want it runny, but you don't want it too stiff. If you got too much cotton flock and baking soda in there, and it's like clay almost, you know, well, your resin can't seep out and bond. So, you know, you don't want it runny yet. You want it firm but wet. You know what I mean? You can get a dry ball of resin that just won't stick because it don't, you know, there's too much filler and it just won't let it. Ain't enough resin to seep out and do your gluing. That's my philosophy anyway. From my years of gluing stuff in the shop that has no scientific backing other than Bob O'Neary. Okay, bam, now we're ready to put that. Oh, and we're running out of time. Doggone, I'm going to put my peel ply on there, put my matting on.